almost in Venice. How about that? Beautiful, very green campus.
Yes, very green.
Very like British green.
Exactly.
And you're full cycle IB school,
Yes,
right? Yeah.
exactly. We're an IB World School, so we have all
UIP
three
and
programs. So the students have a lot of access again to outdoor spaces.
Best of green schools.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a certification that we've had for the last 2 years.
CIS, distinguished. There's so much natural light.
Yeah, exactly.
What if a skate park could sit right next to virtual reality labs? Welcome to Maryadi, where today we're exploring H-Farm, a unique international boarding school in Italy spread across 50 hectares near Venice. This institution blends traditional education with innovative technology and entrepreneurial spirit, welcoming students aged 3 to 18 and offering international baccalaureate programs within an authentic business incubator atmosphere. Throughout this episode, we'll discover the campus architecture and learning programs designed for different age groups.
I'm all ears.
Boarding school almost in Venice. How about that? You know, I have visited so many schools around the world,
Okay.
and I thought that nothing else could surprise me.
But now you're surprised.
I'm surprised. There are not many schools, boarding schools in Italy, but what makes you so special, very close to historical Venice, very close to the airport.
Yes, just
Which-
down the street.
Just down the street. Was 20 minutes away.
15, really.
50 minutes away. And let me introduce you to Megan. High five.
Hello.
Head of International Admissions. And you know, Megan, I'm originally from Kazakhstan.
Okay.
We never come empty-handed.
Okay.
Ta-da!
You have a surprise?
We are based in Windsor.
Okay.
So this is a Windsor
A Windsor
bear.
guard, yeah.
Yeah, Windsor guard.
Okay.
His name is Windsor.
Okay.
Mr. Windsor.
Thank
So
you.
he will be guarding your office.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Megan, thank you very much for inviting us to your campus.
You're welcome.
Beautiful, very green campus.
Yes, very green.
Very like British green. You
Exactly.
know? I'm used to this.
Okay.
This is a very nice feature. How big is the campus?
It's 51 hectares, so that's around 120 acres.
Wow.
So yeah, it's extremely integrated into this very natural landscape, and it's something that we really appreciate, and I think that our students really appreciate is that they have so much access to outdoor spaces, which really helps them also in terms of their everyday routines and everyday schedules, having this kind of breath of fresh air as soon as they walk outside the school buildings.
Do you have any wildlife, any rabbits?
Sometimes we have a rabbit running through the campus. Yeah, some
That's good.
strange species of birds every once in a while.
Falcons, yeah, some
exactly.
eagles,
Yeah,
on the way here.
herons.
What are the real advantages of studying abroad, and how much will it actually cost? Best and worst case. At what age should your child start? Because these fundamental questions deserve thorough answers, Maryadi consultations exist. The process is simple. Submit a request via the link in the description. We'll call you and you ask whatever you need. Convenient. Absolutely. We're waiting to hear from you.
And you're full cycle IB school, right?
Yes, exactly. We're an IB World School, so we have all
UIP,
three programs.
NYP, DP.
Exactly.
All the way.
Yeah, students from ages 3 to 18, so going through the entire IB school pathway.
Let's start right from the beginning.
Okay.
Shall we?
Yes.
Which way?
Yeah, this way.
But this is the main. You call it welcome center. I've been
It's our
told.
welcome center. So this is really kind of the first point of entrance for all of our guests, whether they are parents, whether they're
guests are coming
future
here.
students.
Also with the music.
Yes, exactly. A
Yeah.
lot of them appreciate the music.
Yeah.
And they can kind of already have a first contact with the H-Farm environment here.
And very friendly reception.
Yes, exactly.
Bye. Good to meet you all. Okay.
So through here we go to the PYP building. And this is the home to our students from ages 3 to 10. So we have
from that.
Yes, we have the very
Small.
little ones, and then up through the final year of elementary school.
Do you have kids of your own?
I do.
Yeah.
I have my daughter in year 2.
In year 2.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's wonderful. Also,
This is very convenient for you. huh?
Exactly. So the PYP building is the only building on the campus that has a gated kind of a circle around it for security purposes for the younger students.
So they don't escape.
Yeah, exactly. And the building is completely circular and has this wonderful garden that goes all the way around it. So the students have a lot of access, again, to outdoor spaces. A lot of times they're outside, you know, also during the school day. So we really like to incorporate the outdoor spaces as learning environments.
How do 3-year-olds tackle interdisciplinary learning? H-Farm's PYP program serves the youngest students from ages 3 to 10, with classes bearing playful names: honeybees for 3-year-olds, busy bees for 4-year-olds, and reception rockets for 5-year-olds. Instruction happens in English, with emphasis on cross-curricular approaches. Children explore entire thematic units that integrate mathematics, sciences, and arts rather than isolated subjects. Each class is led by a native-level English speaker, supported by specialists in music, physical education, and Italian. The program culminates in the annual PYP exhibition, where students present research on real-world problems. Quite impressive for 10-year-olds.
And it is purpose-built, yeah?
It's purpose-built, exactly. So the campus was built in 2020, so it really allowed us to create a purpose-built structure representing the IB.
Best of green schools.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a certification that we've had for the last 2 years.
CIS, Distinguished Schools. Okay.
Exactly. So this is the entrance to the PYP building. We do skateboarding lessons. As you'll see, we have a wonderful skateboarding facility here on the campus that the younger students really appreciate.
Make a note, skateboarders.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello. So in the
parents, what they use the car park, and
exactly.
how does this work? Yeah?
Yes, yeah. So they drop their kids off at the front gate, and then the children come into the garden in the morning by themselves.
Okay, by themselves.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. And then all of the classrooms kind of form the outer edge of the circle, so they're looking out towards the exterior, overlooking directly the garden. And here we have our library. With lots of books for the students to read and take home. We also use a lot of technology also in the students' PYP experience as well. We try to keep a healthy balance between the use of technology and more, let's say, traditional tools for learning, manipulatives, books, still writing by hand quite a lot, but we also incorporate technology in the students' learning experiences, particularly through our partnership with Apple. So we're an Apple distinguished school. Exactly.
Yeah.
So Apple provides devices for all of our students, but in addition to...
Can you walk into one of the classrooms?
Sure, of course.
Yeah.
This one seems, they might be...
There's so much natural light.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is
so all of
very
the classrooms looking out towards the exterior of the circle have these completely glass walls, allowing for all this natural light to flood into all of the spaces.
How big are your class sizes?
They are, I would say, kind of a lower average class size. So in the PYP, we're generally around an average of around 14, 15 students per class.
Yeah, that's very low.
Yeah. The maximum is 22, but it's quite rare that we reach that kind of full capacity. They generally tend to stay around an average of
And it's just
15.
one teacher, yeah?
It's one main class teacher for each of the classroom sections, but then the students also have specialized teachers for Italian, for music, for physical education, and for technology. So they also come into contact with a lot of other members of the teaching staff.
But it's very much learning through playing, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Nature.
They probably have so much fun with these spaces.
Yeah. So even these spaces also kind of represent, let's say, the IB's approach to open-ended play as well. So that's not, very specific forms, but it allows the students to really use their imagination and create, anything that they can think of, from bridges to boats to castles. They have a lot of fun.
I haven't seen anything like this in any school I've visited.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
because this is such a good idea. Very hands-on.
Impressed.
Build things with your hands, isn't it?
And then I hear a lot of little voices because we have students doing PE here, physical education.
Can teenagers really develop entrepreneurial skills while mastering traditional academics? H-Farm's MYP program for ages 11-16 proves they can. Students complete 40 lessons weekly, with 11 specially designed by H-Farm to integrate digital technologies. Upper MYP classes are particularly compelling. Half the schedule is devoted to H-Farm Academy, where students work in the startup lab, study design thinking, and develop business skills. The personal project serves as the culmination, an extensive independent investigation that each student defends before a committee. Statistics show MYP graduates score above the national average on Italian exams, demonstrating the quality of this approach.
I will show you some classes here in the MYP area, MYP 4 and 5, like a traditional class. So here we have also...
So you mean like a normal class for humanities, yeah?
We have the class dedicated to the H Lab.
This is just a standard classroom.
Yeah, this is the standard class.
And again, the board.
With the same 3 different boards. All the tables you can move because they have the possibility to arrange the setting in a different way.
What's the maximum class size?
22.
22, but on average is probably like 18, yeah?
In PYP, yes, but not in MYP. In MYP, we have
full capacity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here, for example, we have other traditional
Italiano,
because as I said before, it's part of our curriculum. Benvenuti.
Benvenuti. I keep forgetting. In our school, to our school. Welcome to our school. How to say?
Benvenuti nella nostra scuola.
Nella nostra. Benvenuti nella nostra scuola.
That's very good.
Nostra, it's our.
Yeah, nella nostra scuola. Okay.
So yeah, this is the setting of a traditional class, but in MYP 4 and 5, so grade 9 and 10, actually we receive the full capacity.
All right. Okay.
Because every year we receive a lot of...
You know, Veronica, it's now becoming really popular to open IB schools. So even some of the schools which followed other curriculum, they adapt IB program.
Yeah, I want to show you something.
But not many schools are full cycle IB, you know?
We have the entire
Exactly,
pathway.
full cycle, entire, starting from
years.
PYP, MYP, and DP.
What does 50 hectares of educational space actually look like? H-Farm's campus stretches across this impressive area near the Sile River and Venetian Lagoon, with only 10% developed. The rest remains green spaces and athletic facilities. The site includes a 1,600 square meter indoor gymnasium with bleachers, 5,000 square meters of outdoor courts for tennis, football, rugby, and beach volleyball. An astronomical observatory and virtual reality laboratories deserve special mention. Located just 12 kilometers from Marco Polo Airport, the campus offers exceptional accessibility for international families.
360-degree view of the campus from the view from the roof of the hill, yeah? With my 360-degree camera. Check this out. Okay, so Venice, this way.
Venice is that way.
Okay, good.
It's right over there.
Right over there.
So today is not the ideal day for sightseeing because it is quite cloudy, but on some days, some very clear days, you can see straight across to the famous bell tower in St. Mark's Square.
Really?
From the roof of the hill.
You can see it?
And then to the north, you have amazing views of the Dolomite Mountains. Not today, unfortunately, but
not today.
on clear days, they're right in front of you.
Very green. I
Yes.
did not expect Italy to be so green.
Exactly.
It is very green.
You didn't mention yet, in fact I'm surprised, the use of greenery inside the buildings as well, inside all of the school buildings, the learning spaces, the library. Using, kind of interacting the indoor and the outdoor spaces is a really important aspect of the architecture of the campus.
I have noticed that, I haven't mentioned it, yeah. And it's good space in this good, nice summer day.
Yeah,
To
absolutely.
relax and chill there.
Yeah. Sometimes we have picnics or, parties up here. And yeah, it's a nice space for the students to kind of unwind and uncharge.
Megan, shall we roll down?
Don't say no.
It's tempting, but
I'm so tempted.
most of the kids,
I want to roll down. Can we at least get closer to that?
Yeah, sure. Most of, the younger kids, when they come to visit with their families, they're already,
They do it?
Yeah,
they do
right
it.
away.
Oh my God, right away.
they race each other, rolling.
I was gonna offer this to you. Who gets to the bottom quickest? And probably you have a big maintenance team too.
We do, yeah. Our gardeners are very, very busy, helping us maintain all of these wonderful outdoor spaces. So they're a very important part of the H Farm community.
So this students returning from their lectures?
Yeah, they should be. Yeah,
Or these are younger students?
These are actually
School
students in the first year of high school, I believe.
Yeah.
So they might have done
First year
some
of DP.
activity.
Yeah, it's all
Over-
coming from there.
Yeah.
And what's that you're building there?
So there is actually, it's a new structure that we're building that should open, I think, in September
It's coming in?
of this year. Yeah, so in a few months. It's going to be the home to various research laboratories. Some of them shared by the college and the high school programs, particularly in the fields of robotics and med tech. Medical technology.
Okay, so it is
we also
like
have some external laboratory
STEM
research laboratories as well
departments.
in that structure, because a lot of HRM is doing quite a bit of investment and research in the industry of medical technology.
Ever seen a boarding school with a skate park and BMX pump track? H Farm's athletic infrastructure goes beyond conventional offerings. The pump track accommodates riders of all levels, from beginners to professionals, and works for BMX, skateboarding, scooters, and mountain bikes. The course features loops, turns, and jumps that develop coordination and physical capabilities. This reflects the school's philosophy of complementing traditional sports with extreme disciplines. Those 5,000 square meters of athletic facilities are accessible not just to students, but to the local community as well, demonstrating how the school integrates into its surroundings.
What about your daughter? Does she like the school?
She loves it.
She loves it, yeah.
She absolutely adores it. She loves her teacher. She loves her friends.
Hey, Mama close by.
Sorry?
Mama is close by.
Yeah, sometimes we wave and see each other during the day, which she really appreciates. I love that she's having also this kind of bilingual experience in English and Italian as well. And I really see the amazing benefits of the IB education approach in her. She asks a lot of questions, is very, very curious about how, things are connected and how things work. And it really, fosters this great sense of inquisitiveness in the kids, because that's how they learn, by asking questions. They just don't simply, repeat what their teacher tells them. They explore, they, do experiments, and they really approach education through this inquiry-focused approach of education.
Well, like our IB is that it constantly evolves, whereas the British educational system, it has been approved like some years ago and still the same.
Yeah.
Whereas IB tries to go, how to say, in parallel with what is happening in the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
AI, okay.
Yeah,
Let's
how can we use
incorporate
that?
it. Yeah.
Absolutely. This is our bistro and coffee shop. So this is kind of like the social center of the campus, both for students, for staff, for parents visiting, any guests that come comes through the H-Farm campus pretty much ends up here at some point during the day.
And to set the mood, music everywhere on campus. This is the speaker. Waterproof speakers everywhere to set the mood. I think it's such a great idea. You wake up in the morning, walk to your classroom like this, and that's it. Your day is happy. Good idea, excellent idea.
Okay.
Looking for more insights into international education? After watching this video, visit our channel where you'll find hundreds of school reviews covering institutions across different countries. We also record video seminars addressing frequently asked questions from our clients. The Study with Maryadi channel has essentially become an encyclopedia of international education. And if you still need more information, you'll receive detailed responses during your consultation. All links are in the description. Now let's continue exploring the school.
Why do I visit schools? To check the grounds, to check facilities, to meet with students, which will happen later, and to meet, of course, with principals of the schools, or you call yourself a headmaster, head of the school?
Head of school.
Head of school. Emiliano, pleasure to meet you, sir.
Pleasure to meet you.
I'm originally from Kazakhstan, but I live in the UK. We as Kazakhstanians, we're very hospitable. So if you haven't been, you are invited. Kazakhstanians, like this video, just to, you know, prove my words, you know. And
Can I join you as well?
of course, you come. You will love it. You will
Okay,
love
thank
it.
you.
And we never come empty-handed as well. And I have a little souvenir from Windsor, because that's where we're based.
Oh, wow.
Windsor Bear. Yeah, his name is Windsor.
Okay,
So
nice to meet you, Windsor.
Yeah, put it in your office. Victoria,
I
it's
will.
okay for you
I
to
will.
hold it, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Listen, I have visited so many schools. I thought there's nothing else can surprise me. You're on skate park. You're on BMX park. You are on beach volleyball fields. Crazy. Or courts, they call courts, right? And what I like the most so far, I like that you have music everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
This is such an interesting touch. I haven't seen it even at universities. So shall we go?
Absolutely.
Yeah, have a nice walk around the campus. We started that walk already.
Yeah, and let me ask you a question about that. What was your response to the music around the campus?
I already made the video about this, which will very soon will go on my Instagram for everyone else to comment on that.
Right.
I think it's such a great idea. In the morning, you wake up, go to the classroom, you're ready. It sets the mood.
Yeah.
Happy mood.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. You can start with the right mood, with a good mood.
With the vibe, yeah. That's something else. I already made so many videos, you know, on my phone. It's such a great idea.
Yeah, I think so. I think the idea of having the music on campus is, and exactly what you were saying, tuning in, you know, with the right rhythm.
Exactly.
And setting the tone for the day.
Yeah. Even maybe you had a nightmare, bad dreams. You wake up, okay.
Yeah, let's
And it's
turn page and-
especially selected tunes as well, isn't
Yes.
it? Look at it, these speakers everywhere, everywhere. This is crazy. I love it. Whose idea was that? Was it yours, Emiliano?
No.
No, I
comes
can be
from,
proud of that.
Yeah, but it comes from Riccardo Donadon, that is, who is our founder.
Yeah.
And he really wants to have this music and vibes because he started as an entrepreneur. So H-Farm, and I think that is much more interesting than music, was founded as a startup incubator.
Yeah.
The first one, even before Y startup incubator in the US. So we were the first startup incubator in the world.
Really?
And,
I did not know that.
and we also incubated in our campus a very cool application to buy and sell clothes that was sold to Etsy for $1.6 billion, becoming the second unicorn in Italy I think that is very interesting.
So that is where money coming from. I mean, to build all this,
Yeah.
you need to have a good budget.
Absolutely.
Okay, now I understand. I was wondering,
What's daily life actually like in an international boarding community? H-Farm's residences accommodate 244 students in rooms for 1 to 3 people, with roommates matched by age for comfortable coexistence. A psychologist and nurse work on campus daily, while the residential staff holds teaching qualifications. Nutritionists develop menus, emphasizing local seasonal products with DOP and IGP certifications. Perhaps most exciting are the 30-plus weekend excursions to Rome, Florence, Milan, and other cities, transforming the boarding experience into a cultural immersion for students from over 20 countries.
And going in this direction, we go to the area dedicated to the boarding students. So we have 2 different dormitories. Students are separated by age. So in one facility, we have the students ages 13 to 15, and then in the other facility, students ages 16 to 18. So they're separated by age. Each one has a house manager, along with several boarding educators who take care of the students' everyday needs on a day-to-day basis.
you don't have a swimming pool.
We don't have a swimming pool. That's really kind of the only thing that we don't have on the campus. Just because we're so close, we're actually below sea level because we're so close to the Venetian Lagoon. We're not able to build the foundation deep enough to have an indoor swimming pool. That's the main reason. But we're working out some possible solutions for the future to kind of overcome this,
So hold
this
on,
problem.
your students, they do their own laundry
They do their own laundry for their clothes.
from the age of 13.
From the age of 13, exactly.
I, as a parent, think it's a good idea. I have 2 kids of my own, teenagers, 15 and 17, and they still don't do. Emily, Danielle, watching this video, it's because of Mary, my wife. You know, she's close. They're very,
In fact,
well-behaved kids. I have,
When families come to visit, sometimes the moms are like, "Oh, they're gonna have to do their own laundry. It's gonna be a huge,
Papa's
new
usually,
thing for
Papa's
them."
usually do like that. Mom's like, oh yeah.
Exactly.
This is a life skill. Come on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's not difficult.
No, they figure
Just
it out.
separate white with color.
That's what H-Farm International School offers for secondary education in Italy. If this review proved useful, please like the video. Your support helps us create more quality content about international education. Subscribe to stay updated on new episodes featuring the world's finest educational institutions. See you in the next videos.